Many people always wondered where the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom came from. How did he become the hero we all have come to know and love? Well, I'm your host, the Mario Malcontent 24 Kevin, here for 24 Kevin Tendo, and this is the story you might not know about the Yoshi's Island saga. Let's start at the beginning with Yoshi's Island, and say it with me now, people, the manual! This is a story that happened a long time ago. This is a story about a baby and Yoshi. A stork hurries across the dusky pre-dawn sky. In his bill, he supports a pair of twins, who are to be delivered to their parents as soon as possible. Suddenly, something appears between the clouds and races towards the stork with blinding speed. Screech! It screams, "The babies are mine!" Snatching only one baby, this creature vanishes into the darkness from whence it came. Oh no! The second baby falls undetected towards the open sea. The kidnapper is Kamek, an evil magic Koopa from the Koopa Kingdom. Having divined last night that the twin babies born this morning will bring disaster to the Koopa family, he arranged for an early morning ambush. Returning to his castle, Kamek realizes that he missed the other baby. He orders the toadies, "Go forth and find the other baby. Don't let his parents get him back, ever!" Meanwhile, the second baby does not fall into the sea after all. It lands safely on Yoshi's back, and right after him drops a map. This paradise is Yoshi's Island, and on this island lives lots of different Yoshis. These Yoshis are naturally laid back and relaxed, but this is a calamity and everyone is in a state of panic. As the Yoshis frantically yell over each other, the baby insistently points at something. Yes, the baby can sense the other baby's location. All the Yoshis quickly agree to help carry the baby to its destination by using a relay system not unlike the old Pony Express. The green Yoshi draws first honors. Now begins a new adventure for the Yoshis and Baby Mario. So as you can see, after the evil Kamek attempted to capture the newborn twins after he had a premonition, the Yoshis colored green, pink, light blue, yellow, purple, brown, red, and dark blue all carry Baby Mario through the enemies, obstacles, and Kamek-enhanced bosses in order to reunite the twins. Eventually, they would arrive at the very first encounter with Baby Bowser, who appears to have been sleeping through this whole ordeal, seemingly implying that Kamek is the true villain of this game. They are Bowser's caretaker after all, and seeing the prejudice they had against the Mario Bros, it's easy to see how this could rub off on Bowser throughout his life. Baby Bowser wants a chance to ride the Green Donkey and sets to battle. Side note, do any of those blocks in the background look familiar? Some of them seemingly resemble the blocks found in the floodless levels of Mario's Sunshine, possibly indicating that Bowser actually gave his toys to his kids, and I just think that's kind of a nice notion. After the battle, the stork is freed before dropping off the twins at their house and flying away. There's not a lot of theorizing to go along with this game in and of itself. Unless you consider that the cape that Mario had as a child when he was using the Superstar was the same cape Yoshi gave to him in Super Mario World, but that's just a tiny nugget of a theory. So we're diving into more Yoshi games. So let's go in the release order then, shall we? Starting with Yoshi's Island DS, and of course, the manual! And the screen, because a big chunk was missing in the booklet. A long time ago, the Yoshis embarked on an adventure to rescue baby Luigi from the clutches of Kamek, the villainous Magic Koopa. They battled villains large and small on their quest. Thanks to the Yoshi's bravery, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi and the entire island were saved from danger. Once again, peace reigned on Yoshi's Island, until one day. Kamek sets out from the castle with his toadies in order to capture children set around the Mushroom Kingdom. The toadies are then seen kidnapping Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Princess Peach, and another baby yet to be named into the sky, only to be intercepted by one of the storks who seemingly delivers those babies. Unfortunately, only Baby Mario and Princess Peach were saved as they plummet towards the Earth. The sun shines bright on Yoshi's Island, home to all Yoshis. Yoshi is enjoying a beautiful day with a leisurely stroll. Suddenly, out of nowhere, some babies drop out of the sky. Miraculously, the babies appear to be just fine. One of the babies looks very familiar to Yoshi. Kamek the evil Magic Koopa returns to his castle with toadies following. Kamek's plan is revealed. He's kidnapping babies from all around the world. The Yoshis hold a meeting to decide what to do with the babies who fell from the sky. Baby Mario looks forlorn and confused. There were more babies and they have all been kidnapped. Baby Mario can't save them by himself. Once again, it's up to the Yoshi clan to save the day. This time, the stork is coming with them too. A new journey begins. Can the Yoshis and the babies triumph over Kamek and save baby Luigi? Seems awfully familiar to the first game, does it not? Well, after a little further into the game, we see baby Bowser stolen from his castle by... other Kamek? That's right, it turns out the villains of this game is Future Bowser and Future Kamek. What the heck? It turns out Kamek had a vision from their crystal that a powerful star fell into this time period and embed themselves within babies' hearts, and they are the key to taking over the universe. These star children were checked through Kamek's magic orb, but none were found. Mostly because Luigi somehow managed to stay hidden through all of this. Teaming up with Donkey Kong Jr., Wario, and after a falling out with his future self, Baby Bowser, the team reaches Bowser's castle. At least Baby Bowser finally got to ride Yoshi in the process. And in an even more shocking moment that no one could have possibly seen coming, the team are betrayed by Baby Bowser when he thinks they're after his treasure. After defeating Baby Bowser, Future Bowser shows up and battles the babies, and surprise surprise, upon defeat, has Kamek grow him to the size of the castle. Teaming up in one final encounter, the babies finally defeat Bowser as he and Kamek finally head back to their timeline. The storks help all the babies return to their homes, and surprisingly enough, this is one of our first times we can see where some of our characters reside in their infancy. In this we see that baby DK resides in a treehouse that resembles the one from Donkey Kong Country. Peach lives in her castle, and the Mario Bros live in their mushroom house. It would also appear though we never get to see where baby Wario resides, as he steals baby Bowser's treasure and sets off on a raft, seemingly content not returning back to his home. We also get a glimpse of Wario's greed firsthand in this game, as he even ditches the team at one point to team up with a group of bandits to get rich quick. Although baby Bowser tries to hitch a ride with his future self, he was knocked off of Future Kamek's broom and lands on his pile of treasure that Wario had captured, and continues to bicker like an old married couple, just as they had been all game long. At the end of it all, we finally learn who the 7 star children in Yoshi's Island are. Baby Mario, Luigi, Peach, DK, Wario, Baby Bowser, and a yet-to-be-born Yoshi are all born with star powers. This could actually help to explain why these characters seemingly have certain powers in certain games, or have exceeding abilities compared to others in their species. Now onto the final game, and something I touched on in the Mario Galaxy 2 video, Yoshi's New Island. In this game, we actually learn where babies come from in the Mario universe. And for the final time in the video, say it with me now people, we're going to the manual! What do you mean there's no manual? Oh, this is when they stopped producing them for games. I really miss manuals. Those things used to be a joy to leaf through as a kid. Well, I guess we're gonna have to rely on the game text then. This is a story that takes place a long, long time ago. Way up in the sky is a magical, cuddly land where babies come from. Storks come from here to pick up infants for delivery to their soon-to-be parents. This stork has plenty of memories from his time with these special babies. Now he's off to deliver baby Mario and baby Luigi to their new happy home. Huh? Excuse me, but who are these babies? We're not expecting any babies. The couple is surprised and confused by this unexpected delivery. It seems our silly stork has delivered the babies to the wrong house. The wrong house? Oh no! Oh my world, we must get baby Mario and baby Luigi to their rightful parents. The stork rushes off in search of their true home, but then... Huh? Whoa! It's Kamek! He's back to steal those babies once and for all! The dastardly Kamek swiftly nabs the brothers from our frantic stork. No! What terrible luck, baby Mario has fallen down towards the big blue sea. Welcome to Egg Island. This floating paradise was once a peaceful second home for the Yoshi clan. Until one day, Baby Bowser took over, deciding the island would be an epic vacation home. The Yoshi clan searched all over but couldn't find Baby Bowser's hideaway. Now they live in fear of the evil power terrorizing their once peaceful home. These Yoshis are all abuzz about where Baby Bowser and his castle might be. What's this? Suddenly, a baby with a red hat floats down from the sky. Thank goodness, little Mario seems to be unharmed by the fall. Without skipping a beat, Baby Mario begins to crawl with determination. Wow, using some kind of brotherly telepathy, Mario can sense Luigi's location. The Yoshis agree the island is too dangerous for a little baby. They decide to help by taking turns carrying the little guy on their backs. With Mario settled, the first Yoshi takes off, and so their adventure begins. Can Mario and the Yoshi clan rescue poor Luigi? Let's find out. Slight side note here. Remember how everyone was up in arms when Mario didn't have a belly button in his boxer outfit in Odyssey last year? Well, this pretty much explains the reason. Babies, when they're in utero, actually need to have an umbilical cord to provide themselves the proper nutrients from the mother. Once the baby's born, the umbilical cord is cut off and the doctor ties it, creating the belly button. With Mario not necessarily being in utero, being delivered from a stork, there's no need for him to have a belly button. Therefore, aesthetically and lore-wise, it makes sense for Mario not to have a belly button. So stop being outraged, people! Well, I think you guys know where this story's going from here. Yoshi takes off on the most epic relay race using Baby Mario as a baton and eventually arrives at Baby Bowser's newly constructed vacation home and finally does battle with the Baby Bowser himself, and after finally defeating a small and enlarged Baby Bowser, Baby Mario makes his way to save his brother before being intercepted by Bowser, warping through space and time, doing battle with the boys once again, before getting a little bit of Kamek's magic dust and growing in size once again, before finally being defeated and traveling through the warp hole once again. As you may know, this is further explained in the Mario Galaxy 2 video I already did, but the basic theory is that Bowser is traveling back in time from the events of Mario Galaxy, before traveling forward in time to Mario Galaxy 2, actually creating a new timeline where Yoshi's New Island takes place. We also see that Mario went back in time to help these Yoshis out, trying to stop Bowser from disrupting the timeline too much and putting on the disguise of Mr. Pipe, but in the process, slightly tweaking the world as well. Now here's where we're going to get to the theoretical part of the show. As you know, I theorized that a timeline split takes place after Yoshi's Island, with one timeline being altered with Mario and Bowser going back in time at the end of Super Mario Galaxy, leading us to the events of Yoshi's New Island. While Bowser from a yet-to-be-determined future actually travels back in time in Yoshi's Island DS with Kamek in order to try and kidnap the 7 stars that have embedded themselves inside the 7 children, becoming the 7 Star Children. This can actually be supported in the intro of both Yoshi's New Island and Yoshi's Island DS, as both have a panel that shows off the enemies that they faced off in previous games. While Yoshi's Island DS only shows off the bosses that were seen in the original Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island instead does something slightly different. In Yoshi's New Island's intro, there are no enemies that are exclusive to Yoshi's Island DS shown in that intro. Instead, we are only shown enemies that have appeared in either the original Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island, and the original Yoshi's Island, or that have appeared in all 3. The enemies that were exclusive to New Island in the original would include Skull Mauser, Raphael, Cactus Jack, and surprisingly enough, Goombas. Considering you would think Bowser brought back his army in Yoshi's Island DS, it's kinda shocking that none of them appeared in that game. While some people think that DS takes place after New Island in a timeline, and it would make sense for none of the enemies from New Island to appear in the DS intro, unfortunately for me, I have to take what it shows me at face value. Therefore, DS must happen after Island, and New Island must happen after Yoshi's Island as well, making these two parallel dimensions, similar to the original Mario Bros. And Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Now, something I mentioned is the fact that there is a split thanks to Bowser time warping shenanigans. But that begs the question, if Bowser didn't go back in time, what would have happened to the Mario Bros? Well, this is when we finally draw on the true meat and bones of this theory, something I've been sitting on since the original Mario Bros. Video. Now, not to get morbid here, but let's look at some of the death scenes in the aforementioned Yoshi games, shall we? There seems to be a common theme among these games, and that's that Mario gets kidnapped by toadies, or in the case of Yoshi's Touch and Go, Kamek. I propose that when Baby Mario was attempting to get Baby Luigi back, there was a point where Kamek and Baby Bowser succeeded in capturing Baby Mario from Yoshi, but due to their Star Children abilities, I would surmise that they would not be able to kill them flat out. Kamek had to figure out a way to get rid of these children so that they couldn't interfere in the Koopa's future plans. So how do you get rid of these children without killing them? Kamek banishes the Mario Bros to a planet without magic, a planet where the Bros will never truly feel at home. A place where they won't be able to hone their true skills. I'm of course talking about Earth. This would also help explain how Mario had so many jobs at one point, such as a demolition man, pilot, referee, mariachi singer, until finally settling on a job with his bro Luigi as a plumber. Bowser, finally hearing about what truly happened to the Mario Bros, sends his minions to Earth to do battle with Mario and Luigi, the only people who can stop his grand plan. Eventually, this leads the Mario Bros to the Mushroom Kingdom, and ultimately brings us to the events of Super Mario Bros. This brought me to the conclusion that there's not one, not two, but indeed 3 timelines in the Mario universe. I know some of you are probably thinking, but 2-4, the Zelda universe uses 3 separate timelines as well. This is true, but you also have to consider the fact that The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Bros. Could very well take place in the same universe, at least to some extent. Between Link appearing in Mario Kart 8 and Mario characters literally going to Hyrule in this instance, Link being present in Legend of the Seven Stars, and multiple Mario enemies appearing in Link's Awakening, although they may have just been connected by a dream universe in that instance, then these two could potentially exist on the same sort of timeline, or their stories could just parallel each other. Now, I'm not saying that Hyrule and Mario exist on the same planet or in the same universe, but there is some evidence to suggest that they share some sort of common reality. This actually could help explain the differences in remakes that were re-released as well. These could be the Mario characters reliving the experiences similar to the first, just slightly different than before. Now, where have I heard that before? Oh yeah! This would also account for why Mario Bros. And the Lost Levels are so different yet similar. One takes place right after Mario arrived from Brooklyn, and one happens while Mario is living in the Mushroom Kingdom. This could also help explain why Mario and Luigi come out of a house-type structure at the beginning of the game. They're leaving from their spot in the Mushroom Kingdom to save Peach, not just a random entry point. Now let's just tie up a few loose ends here. At the end of Yoshi's Island, we actually see Mario and Luigi's parents receive their babies. However, as seen in Yoshi's New Island, they aren't the baby's true parents. The stork notices this and in New Island, takes off with the babies once again, before bringing them to their rightful home. What's interesting to me is that the house in DS looks entirely different to the houses in New Island and the original, whereas the other two line up nearly perfectly. Well, one thing I noticed is that the stork seems to be traveling back to the house. the houses shown at the start and the end of every game is different, except for Yoshi's Island DS. Although the houses at the beginning of New Island and the end of the original look similar, if we pay attention to the houses in the background, you'll actually notice they have 3 spots on them in the original and 4 in the newer. And while that's not conclusive evidence, Mario and Luigi are ultimately shown to be brought to the correct house, which is sandwiched between 2 other yellow toad houses. DS, however, has a lone mushroom house, something that I would just initially write off as memory limitations. But when you notice a little table next to the door, it's almost as if they're trying to imply this is a separate house altogether. One theory I had for this is that in the events leading up to DS, the stork actually went to the correct location with Mario Bros. And didn't get his delivery screwed up, instead delivering them to the correct location in the original, and the house in DS is where we see Mario and the family move to after they realized they got twins and had to buy a bigger house. In Yoshi's New Island, Mario may have gone back in time a little further in history and warned the stork to double check his delivery. This in turn could have caused the stork to panic and overthink things, ultimately bringing Mario Bros. To the wrong location, and upon realizing his mistake, leads us into the events of Yoshi's New Island. In the end, no matter what Kamek and Bowser do, they seemingly can't change the fact that the Mario Bros. Will always lead to the Koopa Clan's demise if they try and take over the Mushroom Kingdom, and that they're the ones who pushed the Mario Bros. Into being heroes through all of their meddling. If Bowser never sent the Koopas to Earth in the original timeline, the Mario Bros. May have just settled down in Brooklyn and had themselves a wholesome family and plumbing business. And that's all the time we got for today's episode, people. Leave a comment down below and let me know if I'm absolutely crazy or not. Let me know if you believe in a single Mario timeline, 2 Mario timelines, 3 Mario timelines, if I converted you to think differently about anything. Leave the comment down below and let me know what you guys think. I always enjoy reading the comments and I try and interact with you guys as much as possible. Whew, this was a long one. I really didn't think these videos were going to be this long anymore. I was actually working on an individual video for the Mario's belly button. As you can see on my Instagram, I kind of teased that, but I included it in here just because I thought it flowed a little better, and making a longer video about all of these together was better than a bunch of short little 4-minute videos. But we got a bunch more stuff coming out in the future. I am working on the Pokemon series. I know a bunch of people have requested that, so we are going to do a little something with there in the future, and I hope you guys enjoy that when it comes out. But as it is, that's all the time we got for today's episode. For everyone here at 24 Kevin Tendo, I'm your host, 24 Kevin. See you guys next time. Hope you had a great day. Bye!